So thank you everybody for hanging out with us. It's our
Welcome,
Thursday
welcome
art
in,
hangout
welcome
where every
in.
Thursday
Just
different
setting up, but
different
welcome in.
artists come in and share
I
what
really
they're working on.
appreciate it very much. So let me get situated. Mm, I am going to set up the second device so that I can monitor. Mm, There you go. Good thing. Good things. Okay, so that works for me, I think, overall. Hey, Tracy, welcome in, welcome in. And Moo's mom, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Um, I think we're dwindling in numbers. That's okay. No worries, no worries. But yeah, welcome in, welcome in. Where's my tiara so I can welcome everybody. So yeah, let's see. Hmm. Okay, I think everybody's headed over here. So appreciate you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey everybody, welcome in. Let me lower the. Oh, let me show you, Heidi, not Heidi. Karen. Can I show? No, is it gonna let me show you the? Yeah, see. So I usually have the monitor going, and obviously you can't respond or type or you know with the monitor. So, anyways, but welcome everybody. I appreciate you all being here. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Karen, and Michelle, and Beanie, something different. Awesome, awesome. And appreciate y'all. Welcome in, welcome in. Have loved all the shows. Has been absolutely amazing because there's so different, and yet we're all sort of doing the same thing. So yeah. So anyways, welcome in, welcome in. Let me see. Let me bring out my hi. Welcome in. Appreciate you. So I'm bringing out. So I want to show off the bracelets that I've done. So the ones that I've done are at the bottom. I also did this one. Let me see. Let me move it so a little bit more so you can kind of see it. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, there you go. It looks like a hot mess. It's just I have a lot of stuff. Oh wow. So yeah, so welcome in, welcome in. Hey Jennifer and Jacob, welcome in. Anyway, so yeah, so these are the beaded bracelets that I've made. I'm just learning how in learning and stuff. I wanted to do let me lower something has feedback. I think that's it. So I was learning to make 3D fruits, and so this is kind of a cross between an orange and a pumpkin. So and it kind of looks like a jack-o'-lantern. So yeah, and I made it into a refrigerator magnet. And these magnets are pretty powerful, so I'll stay up on your refrigerator for quite a bit. And anyways, but welcome in, welcome in. So like I said, I go down these rabbit holes all the time. So I was obsessed with carving my figurines, and I love it. I had in the show that I was going to do carving. I forgot to. I still have a cough. Sorry about that, guys. Let me take a Ricola to make sure that I don't start coughing. So yeah, so I forgot to charge my little power tool, and I didn't want to do the hand carving as much because I got, there was some issue last time that I use my hand too much. So anyway, so what we're doing today is we're doing some beading because that is my latest passion, my latest love. Um, and yeah, so let me see. I'm going to put it over here. Okay, so but let me show you. Okay, so Amanda said to do, or she set up for us to do fireworks. And so when I thought fireworks, I thought of the colors, the orange, the yellow, the red of the fireworks and such. And so then I thought, oh, I'm gonna do this one because I had you know came up with this design a while back, and so I thought, oh, I'm gonna totally do this one. So I strung up the loom, and everything was, and I put my colors together. Super excited, and then I lost my big needle, so so I can't do it. I tried to do it with the regular needle, the one that I have for this, and yeah, the beads just kept popping off. So I have to wait till I find the big needles, the long ones. So, anyways, yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at. I was super stressed out, and but no worries. If it's not fireworks, no worries. So yeah. So then I wanted to show you how I do these type of bracelets. So it's overall the same basic design, just different colors um, show up differently. See, and I'm going to have a different closure system. Well, I mean, sort of. I mean, I could just leave it like this as well, and then you could, like whoever purchases can just tie it. But I'm working that out. And then I also have the ones that I did, so just to learn how to do it. So I have those available as well, if anyone is interested, of course. And then also all my little alebrijes that I finished so far. I have others, and like in the middle of the process, I have some that are like need to be painted. I have others that just need accents and stuff like that. So this one's quite cute. I think this one is cute. I'm going to change this because I that was I went a little too far, too carried away. I need to change that, but we'll do that as well. So, but welcome in. Yes, do take a look at my bin. If there's anything you'd like to see, let me know. In the background, you see my. Hold on, over here. A little bit more, so you can get a glimpse of my flowers. They make me happy. And if you'd like to acquire one of these lovely flowers, let me know. Hey, Connie. Hi. Welcome in. Welcome in. So we're just getting started. Had a bit situations, all the things that could go wrong, but we're here, so welcome in. All right, so we're gonna continue this bracelet. Um, it's cute, has sort of a lavender outside with a purple frame, and then the flower is a turquoise flower for New Mexico, and oh, Heidi! Oh, I'm so glad. I love that you like it. That you love it, and hopefully it brings you pleasure when you see it. You makes you happy. Yeah, those flowers. Yeah, they make me happy all the time. Oh, and a fantastic person that's on here all the time, and send me a picture of how she arranged hers. They're so fantastic. I wonder if I could show you. I mean, no, I didn't ask for permission, but she's so cute. It's like, dude, she's such a good flower arranger. She could definitely do flower arrangement. Yeah, so thank you all for having purchased some of my flowers from before. And oh, and I did finish my lily. Uh, I don't think I brought it into the basket, but finally finished the lily that I was working on. It gave me some issues. I did. I made a pumpkin. Look, I'll show you. So it was meant to be. It is meant to be actually round like a 3D, and but I used so like I said, I'm just learning now, so live and learn. So I use this kind of thread for it, but I should have used what they call fireline thread, which is a little thicker. It like basically helps the items keep the structure. And so when my little pumpkin slash orange became a little deflated, then and I didn't think, because the other thing too is if you use this kind of thread, what you can do is stuff it with something to help it keep its shape. But I didn't think about that because I thought it was going to work anyway. So then I just flatten it instead, and then I made a little refrigerator magnet, and it's quite cute. I don't know if you can tell the little teeth right there. Yeah, I got quite creative. So uh, I love doing the loom stuff, and also I started learning to make the freehand, like without this, like making these bracelets. I make that without the loom, but I wanted to make like a 3D effect, so I made this one. I don't think Michelle's here, but let me show you. Look, it glows. Oh, so cute. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So this is a daffodil, which is also a refrigerator magnet. Let me see if I can show you that it does. Let me turn on the light. Yeah, thank you, Barbara. Yeah, it's super cute. Well, it's fun. And let me show you that it sticks. See, look, it sticks to the middle. Yeah. So I mean, I'm still trying to figure out if that, like, if I'm done, or if I'm gonna do something different. So I still have my threads there. But yeah, so I'm loving it. If anybody is interested in taking up this craft, so much fun, but it takes forever. Like this bracelet took me a whole day. And yeah, so if it was someone doing this to like to feed themselves, yeah, I'm sure there's people who like do it real fast and stuff. Yeah, that's not me. It took me forever. And then up here, I have the one that I did, the very first one that I did. Let me see if I can bring it up. Yeah, so this is the very first one that I did here using the loom. And yeah, so my mom loves it. And yeah, so that one's off limits. She loves it. So it's a light lime green with pink flowers. And this one is more of a turquoise, kind of greenish with like fuchsia color flowers. And then here I did like a pastel blue with a dark blue frame and a pink flower. Now, some of these also glow. Let me see. Let me show you again. I love the glow. You know that. Can you see it? Mostly the pinks. You can kind of see it. Yeah, the light is too bright for it. But yeah, so it's super cute. Hey, babe, welcome in. Yeah, so yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. And I'm basically limited by like the beads that I have. So I'm trying to buy more seed beads. So like I saw Jess, the upcycle to uplift young lady, she was selling craft for Christmas stuff yesterday or the day before yesterday. No, I think it was yesterday. So I'm like, do you have seed beads? Yeah. So now I'm on the lookout for seed beads because I want to do all the different um, shapes and stuff like that. Yeah. So I learned how to make this as well. This I didn't make this one, but this was my example, and I made one. I don't have it in front of me, but yeah. So I made this one, super cute. No, I didn't make this one. I made one like this one, and then I have over in the other room, and then I made a little chile like this, but mine didn't have the little this little tummy. It's just kind of a chile like that. Yeah. So, but those I have over there because I didn't finish them off with like I didn't, yeah, because I want to stuff them so that they won't get flat like my little orange pumpkin here. So, anyways, yeah. So I'm excited. Like I said, it's super fun, and you're only limited by the beads that you have. I bought these from. Oh no. Okay, so like I've been obsessed drinking Oddbird coffee, and anyways, so I don't want anything to get in there, so I put my bead container on top of it. I forgot, and so it sweated, and so it had like the water. Anyways, that's why it reacted like that when I picked it up. Anyways, so yeah, so I picked this up from Walmart because I was running out of yellow, but these beads are a little thicker, so but they're glow in the dark. So yeah, Lupa's having a lot of fun with those as well. I literally got all the containers that they had. I mean, I bought all the containers that they had because I didn't want to like run out in the middle of a project and be stuck until they restocked. So anyway, so yeah, so this is so the way I do this, I mean, this loom is fantastic. Yeah. So, oh, thank you. Yeah. So if you have an opportunity to pick up the loom, it makes things so much easier. And then you have to have like a pattern to follow. So you can either follow one of your previous bracelets that you've done, or you can create your own. And so I'm still sort of working on. Let me see. No, no, I'm going backwards. Sorry. Oh yeah. So I'm working on this one. I love it, and yeah. So yeah. So this is the pattern that we're working on, and I'm a little more frazzled, if you will, because I've been drinking coffee since probably like around midnight last night. For some reason, I decided, you know what, I want some coffee. And how did I think about coffee? Is because I watched the Jocelyn's coffee chat, and you remember how I don't know. Do you remember how like someone asked for, hey, can you bring up some coffee? And she surely did. Um, and so then I guess in my mind I was thinking about it, and then last night, I slept as long as I was gonna sleep, like a couple hours, and then I was up around midnight, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna have some coffee. And so I got some coffee, and yeah, I know it's delicious. And so I've been drinking coffee this whole time. And well, so you all know that I'm visually impaired, so I just kind of have to feel for the little hole of the. My mom, yeah, my mom doesn't think I should be doing beading. She says that I'm straining my eyesight. Yeah. Oh no, Vic, what? Oh. Yeah. Yeah. When I first lost my eyesight, I grieved for 2 3 years, but you know, yeah. So I'm glad that you're starting to do stuff before. So yeah, yeah. So like I said, my mom doesn't think I should be doing this, and maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. I like it, you know. So I'm gonna keep doing it, and maybe if I keep like giving her like a little bracelet here and there, she won't like complain. Yeah, you haven't, Karen. You haven't tried the Oddberg. Oh, it's really good. And so what I do, because Jocelyn says this, they're not going to do a K cup, and that's really what I Oh, your son lost it. Yeah, yeah. That's what happened to me. So my visual acuity is 20 over 400. So uh, 20 over 100 makes you legally blind. So it's a little harder. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, it's a tough time to lose your eyesight too. But it's not the end of the world. You know, you can keep on keeping on. Um, I was talking about the Oddbird coffee. Yeah, the Oddbird coffee is delicious. And so, since they're not going to do K cups, because I totally understand, the waste and all that stuff. Um, so what I do is I put the tea kettle on. I and then I basically it's like making tea out of coffee, and it is delicious. Really, really delicious. So my favorite is caramel apple. I want to say that I've tried them all because I wanted to try them all, but you know, I think my the the caramel apple is probably going to be my favorite because I keep going back to it. My mom likes the white chocolate bunny, but I'm a caramel apple gal. Yeah, and so like I said, basically it's like making tea. So the 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 actual coffee is still in there, but so you put hot water, and then it basically makes the coffee, and then the coffee grinds go to the bottom, and so you drink the top, and then when you're starting to feel like you're drinking the coffee grinds, and then you just clean it out and get you some more. Yeah, like I said, I really love it. And was bummed when Jocelyn said that she probably wasn't going to. I mean, totally understand. She probably wasn't going to continue it. So, when the day that she announced, I got one of each just because I wanted to have a stash. And yeah, so I have had plenty. And every so often, what I'll do too is with the coffee, I might add a little bit of a good quality coffee to it so that I stretch it out because I don't know how long it's gonna last me. I think she probably still has plenty. So yeah, but it's really delicious. So you definitely want to try it. Try it definitely, especially because you may not have an opportunity later. So now is the time to buy Oddbird coffee. Oh, my little thing fell. No worries. I didn't fall, so it's okay. Thanks, Vic, for saying that you like my art. Yeah, I think so. With art, like when I was taking classes in high school, and then at Parsons or whatever, I we did a lot more. Like I remember doing a lot more measurements and stuff to get everything symmetrical. And I don't do that anymore. Now it's just like I go by feel, you know. Like for example, my next alebrije is gonna be a rabbit donkey combination. Um, and yeah, so now it's just like, I go with it, and it just whatever works, because like Amanda says, there are no rules in art. You just do what you like, and then when you not run out of canvases, then you just reuse them. Yeah, don't be afraid to reuse your canvases. And then also, I have a friend who's an artist in Australia, and she's a fantastic artist. Oh, fantastic! Anyways, hopefully one day she'll get to sell her art here on Knickknacks. But when I was having a really hard time, so I was commissioned to do a yellow rose painting, and so if you know, you know that like one roses is one of the hardest um, flowers to draw realistically, like make it look realistic, right? But then a yellow rose is like the absolute hardest, at least in my view. So anyway, so as I was having a difficult time, I was practicing, doing different yellow roses, and I was discarding, the stuff that wasn't working. And then my friend Tamara, that's her name, she said, "Why don't you do collages?" And so, yeah, you can also do collages. Yes, yellow is it's a very tough color. And so, yeah, so then she said, "Why don't you do collages?" And yeah, so I did one, and yeah, it's super cute. I sold it, and then eventually, I was able to do the yellow. I did also a red rose for the same person, but anyways, yeah. So eventually, I was able to do it, but it took a while. But yeah, so trial and error, yeah. Oh yes, yes, uh-huh. Yes, most definitely. So like I showed the young ladies on the Instagram group of things where like, so this is like a panel, right? Like a full panel. And so but what you can do is now I'm only limited to the graphing paper too, because then you can attach like several panels together, and yeah, and make all kinds of different designs. Because look at how how amazing, right? Yeah, and I love the feel of it against your skin. Yeah, feels really cool. Now, before I use beading because some of you know that mom and I did wedding dresses, and so obviously we needed to do beading on those dresses, and so that was super fun. And oh no, I don't know if you just saw. Um, so I wasn't paying attention, and I forgot that I was working on a turquoise flower and not a pink. So I have a line that's the wrong colors. And so what you can do in this case is you can undo it. Takes a while, but it's okay. Yeah, right. Yeah, the roses are fantastic. Yeah. So you can do all kinds of different things, and basically what with the huichol, um whatever it is, if whether it's a panel, if it's like, whatever it is, what you can do is see, I just pulled the thread from one side, and now I'm going to pull it out, and then that takes off that line that's at the wrong colors, and then you just start again. Anyways, yeah. So then, and then you can then put it to any sort of backing, and yeah, and you're good to go. So you can make, yeah, yeah. Like I said, so glad to have discovered the loom, because also, like in the past, I remember seeing one of my friends' mom had a weaving loom for wool yarn, and but she never let us touch it, right? But I always wanted to like do it. I remember also like in college when I was waiting for one of my classes, that for some reason it was in the art museum building. Um, so they had this lady doing like weaving fabric, and I thought it was so cool. So this sort of almost gives me that same sort of satisfaction as if I had a weaving loom, but obviously it's not a weaving loom. Someday, hopefully not, because yeah, I get all I want to do the carved animals. I want to do the figurines with the wee beads. I want to do it all. And so now, if I start thinking about a weaving loom, and if I get into that, then that becomes an issue. Oh, also, I still in my bin, I still have some of my how I also wanted to be a glass blower. So I have a few of my pieces. I haven't been back to the glass studio for, gosh, now it's been almost 2 months. At first because I went to Mexico, and then after because I got sick. But anyway, so okay, so I'm gonna pay attention this time. I'm gonna be redoing. I'm gonna be redoing the so some of the beads have like smaller holes, so it's harder to find the hole. But anyways, yeah. So now I have to pay attention because you see, I was almost gonna pick up the pink again, and when I first started to do this one, I also was going to do the very middle bead. I was going to be pink. That's why I set it up. Otherwise, I wouldn't have put it because I know myself and how like I tend to just grab and then hope for the best, kind of. So, anyways, yeah. But hey, turtle mama, come on in. Thank you for being here. And Tammy, welcome in. I haven't seen your name before, but welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, so welcome in. We're doing art hangout on Thursdays where we just work on our art, talk to all our friends here. And yeah, so and also if you have questions about it, obviously I'm just learning to be, but if I know how to answer, I will. If I don't know the answer, I will tell you. We can always Google it. We can always Google it together. And oh, and also, so earlier Karen was showing us one of the pieces of her pottery that broke. I think it's so beautiful, and I hopefully you're able to recover it, Karen, because it is so gorgeous. It's like it was the one piece that I most sort of identify with, because it reminded me a lot of like how like I do the little dots and the little flowers and stuff. It it was so much like that. So hopefully you're able to recover it, because yeah, it's definitely a fantastic piece, and you can tell that you've been like super working on it. So yeah, my praise that you're able to recover it, and there you go. So basically you just put it there, go behind, pull, oops, pull, pull the thread. I was too low. So I'm just gonna push up, push up, push up, and then go back, but through the top. And every so often when I'm doing this, I'll get to like a bead that I drop, and if I drop, I'll try not to drop one because it's not easy to put it, to add it, but it's not the end of the world. You can always fix it. Yeah. So like when Nadine I was saying about, like if you color outside the line, you can always like, you know retouch up and stuff like that. So yeah, there's always, yeah, don't stress out about it. Yeah, I so hope that you're able to recover it. It's so gorgeous. One of my favorites. Okay, so I dropped a bead, but I'm trying to. So I'm being as if I stopped talking, somehow it was all going to work. No, I'm gonna have to let it drop and then recover it. No worries, no worries. Okay, so see how I dropped this one, so now I just have to make sure that I go back. And I add it. See, so I added it again. So I'm gonna go back again through the top and then come back again on the lower one to just secure it, and eventually when I pull it all together, it's, you won't see it, but that was a drop bead right there. But no worries. It's gonna look it's gonna look perfect. Oh no. So the reason why I said oh no is just that my needle became, I lost my thread, so now I have to figure out how to. The great thing about having this thread that is specific for beading, that is so stiff that um if you just keep pushing it, basically offering the needle to the thread, eventually it takes it. So and basically that's kind of what you're doing. So you're offering the thread gods the needle, and eventually sometimes it takes it. And sorry that I'm not working on screen, just trying to thread it. Here we go. No worries. Everything's back to normal. All right, so the next one, I need to add a light purple on top, then a dark purple, then a turquoise. Basically, we're closing off of the blue flower. So light purple, dark purple. Oh, and also, so I don't know if you remember, but we did a show locally in the little museum and stuff. So that went really well. I didn't sell out, which was not cute, but I sold some pieces, so I'm excited about that. And then for next month, we're going to be doing flowers. So I might be working on some. I was thinking of like maybe taking my paper flowers, but they really asked for canvases, but they didn't say I couldn't bring paper flowers. So maybe I bring it, and then next time they can tell me next time you can't do it. We'll see. Yeah, so I'll be working on some flowers. Earlier when I was working on my, is it up there? Oh, it is up there. Let me see if I can show you slowly. No, I can't. The tripod is not letting me, but I know, right, Heidi? Yeah, so you do it and then you ask for forgiveness later. Sorry, the tripod. I pushed the tripod as much as it could, and then it's like not happy now. Anyways, but I have a lily, a day lily that's orange, and then I talked to you guys about how like every year it would come up. I didn't have to do anything to. I mean, obviously I continued to water it and stuff, but every year without fail it would come. Hey, Logic, we'll come in. We'll come in. But this year it didn't come out. Yeah, so I think it was because I talked about it and like I kind of almost bragged about it. I think I was like, dude, this lily comes up every year, and this year I decided not to. Yeah, so I'm sad about that because it's so beautiful. Like it just come up and it's just beautiful. It's an orange lily. My favorite flowers. I don't know what your favorite flowers are. My favorite flowers um for aroma or putting in an arrangement are stargazer lilies. The scent, it's delicious, so beautiful, and then for big arrangements are the sunflowers. But my sister's and my niece's favorite flower are sunflowers, so I can't claim them because my sister already claimed it. But I do quite love them. They're super cute. So I don't know. Also, do you also see? I have my hanging birds. I have hummingbirds and I have parrots or macaws. They're macaws. Hanging on one of those vines from the big plant that we have there. So those are also available for anybody who wants to have them come home to you. Let's see. So now we're doing two light purple, one dark purple, and then another light purple, and then a dark purple, and then two light purples. Yeah. So um, if you are going to attempt to do the beading and stuff, definitely encourage you to. I mean, you don't want to buy the most expensive beads, um, but you definitely want them to be uniform because the ones that I ordered, I just got like a sampler, like a kit, so that I have colors, all the colors. They're not all the same. So, yeah, so it messes up your pattern a little bit. I mean, obviously, it's your pattern. So long as you have contrasting colors, then your pattern is going to, stick basically. Um, so yeah, that's why I'm using like a darker, like a lighter color of something, and then a lighter shade, and then something like on the opposite side of the color wheel, so that it looks, like in your mind, like it tells you, oh, it's pretty good, and then you can still follow the pattern. So yeah, yeah, and like I said, the hardest thing really is just remembering what color beads you're working on or with, because you can, if you were working on like the same design but a different color, you can easily get lost and just. Because I'm having a hard time. Why am I having a hard time? Well, it's probably because I'm trying to show you and I'm not. I'm failing to show you my work. Okay. Probably should. I should work on the placement of the camera instead of me trying to, twist my arm so that I can get it on screen. But I know that if I put the camera behind me so that you can see, I'm gonna knock it down because yeah, I knock everything down. Yeah. So, um, because there's a possibility that I may have missed a beat. I am going back. So each row, instead of doing it twice on each row, I'm doing it 4 times, and that definitely keeps it secure. It's not, see how like this one just drapes, like it just drapes. And so the ones that I make, they drape, but they're not as drapey. They're a little stiffer because they all have like I basically made it twice, and maybe that's why it takes me forever to finish one. But then I know for sure it's going to be secure and it's not going to like fall apart on someone. So um let me have another record because I'm feeling the little tickle in my throat. So let me grab to a certain point. I think I'm gonna have to like somebody's gonna have to cut me off of the Ricola because it may be that I'm just um, I'm just getting addicted to it. Oh no. Okay, so I'm just trying to see. Oh yeah, there we go. Hey, Carrie, welcome in. So we're working on beading. Um, I'm tired of working on this one. I have 15 minutes. Let me get started on a 3D. Um, I'll work on a flower, another daffodil. So it's quite cute, the daffodil. So I have another space for another leaf, green leaf. I may do that, but I'll do that later. I'll start on one of those. In case you're all interested, hey, my hello, welcome in. I don't want to say what I think it says there. Hello, welcome in. Okay, so I got bored, and that's the great thing about having two looms is you can have like a bigger project going on and then a smaller one, and also you can do one without the actual loom. So for the that flower takes a lot of thread, so I'm just gonna do a little bit at a time because when I start a bracelet and then I try to have all the thread together, and it makes it a little cumbersome to work with. So I'm moving away my beads so that I don't confuse myself and try to use those. So we're gonna make another flower. So I'm gonna use. Let me hold on. Let's see which ones are more UV reactive. I have hopes of landing on the glowy train. I'm number 3 on the wait list. And so, okay, so we're gonna use the orange, these 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 4. So I'll do, yeah, because they're more reactive. All right, yeah, because yeah, like I said, I'm have so much stuff that's UV reactive, and anyway, so the ones that were super glowers were the orange ones, this yellowish lime green one, and the pink ones on the side. So we're going to work with. Let me grab. Um, I'm grabbing a plate. Now, styrofoam is not like advisable, obviously, for the earth and such. So I went to the local store to grab something that had compartments. I was looking for paper, but this is the only one that they had. So I kind of have to work with what's available. Let me see my little spoon for my seeds. So I have a little teaspoon that helps me get the beads out. So we're gonna. I need 3 colors. So yeah, we're gonna do orange. Hey, Iwedo, welcome in, welcome in. Take a look at my van if you're interested in any of my paper flowers or even some of the glass that I worked on, or what else do I have? Oh, I have my alebrije. Sorry, my alebrije is there. So if you're interested in any of that, let me know. I'd be happy to show you them, even just to show you, because you know I like them. I think they're kind of cute. All right, so I think that's pretty good. I don't think I'll need some more. There you go. All right. So we'll put this on top of my coffee again. That prevents anything from getting in there. Oh, and the reason why I'm doing that is because so I ordered my groceries to be delivered, and I ordered fruits most recently 2 days ago. Anyways, lots of fresh fruits and vegetables. They sent me a cantaloupe that was already almost rotten. I mean, I have to say that it was almost because it is rotten right now. And it should not be because I just ordered, I mean, it just got delivered a couple of days ago. So, yeah. But I put it outside to use the seeds as seeds. So hopefully it's not going to be a waste. But it made little bugs. It didn't make little bugs, it attracts little bugs. So I'm not happy. Oh, I called, Walmart. They're like, oh, feel free to keep the cantaloupe. I'm like, I don't want the cantaloupe. I mean, yeah, I also don't want to go all the way to the store to return it. But they're all like, oh, we're doing you such a big favor by letting you keep it. I don't want a rotten cantaloupe. Oh my gosh. Anyways, yeah, that's what happens when you don't pick out your own fruits and vegetables. Right? I know. They should. Anyways, all right. So to start off any usually I start with 4 if it's going to be like a round one, but for this one, since I want 6 petals, then I start off with 3. I should have showed you how I do it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if any of you are actually interested in, but let me show you anyway. Okay. So I start off with 3 beads, right? And then what I do is I go back underneath the first bead to close off that triangle. For the most part, it's a little circle of 4s when I'm starting something. But because, like I said, I want 6 petals, then I start off with 3. So it's a triangle. If I had wanted, like, say, I wanted 8 petals, then I start with 4. Stuff like that. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So here it is, and so you always have to pay attention to like where your thread is coming out of, because then the next one that you are going to will be just you want to go on the same, like the same way. I guess that you technically could, do it any which way, but in order for you to try not to get lost, then you would want to do um on the same way. Anyways, all right. So I'm coming out of that one. So then I'm gonna go into the next one. Oh, and I picked up 2. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Karen. I want to say I'm the last one, right? I think I am. Because I am. I'm the last one. Yeah, because I'm like, yeah, because I went to the first one to try to help moderate. Okay, so yeah, so I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you so much. Definitely thank you to Melissa for moderating or in coordinating the train today for all of us. And thank you to Karen for sending all her friends to the show today. And everybody who participated. It was so much fun. I learned so much from all of you guys. I also purchased a few things that I just, you know, because we are makers, and you're like, oh, I could probably, try to do something like that. But there's just some stuff that you're like, dude, so cute. You must have it. So yeah, so I had to pick up some items today. Oh, I also want to thank obviously Bandit, because he's always super supportive, and for buying my very first card Alebrije, which is, see, look at, it's a frog, super cute. Yeah, I'm loving. So this I have an airbrush, and so I airbrush the first part, and then uh, I'm using the little tools that I got from Vanessa. She Vanessa, she sold the little tools to make mandals and stuff, but I'm actually incorporating them into the painting of small items. Yeah, before I had a really hard time utilizing brushes to paint um, little flowers and stuff like that. But now with all those tools, and I've acquired tiny brushes as well. And the game changers also are these Sharpie markers. I'm loving these. Yeah, because I can make the little flowers with the Sharpies. So these markers are not glow in the dark, but then I go back and hit him with like glow in the dark paint. Let me show you. So see how bright it is? It's super cool, right? Yeah. So yeah, so I'm also loving the carving and the making of the alebrijes. I'm loving it all. I don't have enough time in the day to do all of it. That's why I don't sleep. That's why I require more odd bird coffee. Anyways, but good night, everybody. Thank you for keeping me company. I'm gonna go on for just a little bit and until I get my little points on the first flower, and then I'll come off because whether I'm on. Hey, Vanessa. I would just welcome in. I would just saying how like I use your tools for the mandala to make my little flowers for my alebrijes. And so those in combination with my the discovery of these Sharpie markers have been game changers because I can go very small. But whereas before I had to work on really, really big canvases and stuff like that. And now I can do a lot of stuff for a lot smaller stuff. So yay. Yeah. Definitely super handy. Thank you. Thank you, Connie. Appreciate it. I know you're super busy with, stuff and surgeries and stuff. So I appreciate you staying on and keeping on. And anyways, thank you so much. So anyways, all right. Good night, everybody. Do stay on if you'd like. We can always chat. And yeah, so like I said, I'm just gonna stay on until I get this to a point where I'm not gonna get lost when I pick it up again, because yeah, because that's super easy to do. And so yeah, so these beads are like a lot bigger. I want to say these are probably like 3 milliliters, millimeters. Um, and they're quite, yeah, they're not ideal, but that's what they had, so that's what I grabbed. Okay, so I'm closing this one. So now I have 3 sets of 2s. Oh, yeah, 3 sets of 2. So that's 6, and that's gonna give me the 3 points to my flower. So okay, okay. Again, so whenever you're lost, as I was right now because I wasn't paying attention, then you just again go to where your thread was coming out, and then you know that. So now I'm going to add one. I'm going to pick up a bead and put it underneath each one of the pieces, the beads that I already have there. What I in reality, what I also like to do is I like to tie it, but I know it's not advisable. But I like to tie it so that like it just stays. Um, I just have to remember which one I was working with. And if I don't remember, it's not going to be the end of the world. So I tied it. Yeah, just to stiffen. Yeah, this has to be like, for me, it has to be pretty stiff so that it just keeps me going the same direction. Otherwise, I can get lost. Again, and what we're trying to do is basically do another flower. So this is a daffodil. And obviously, if I used the smaller, like two millimeter um, beads, it would look more graceful. But I actually really like this one because it's bigger. And I think it's gonna look really cute in there on the refrigerator door. So all right. So I tied it, and again I'm trying to remember. Okay. So I don't know if you can see, but you have the closer maybe. You have the original triangle and then two in the between each one of those. Now we're gonna go in and put one. We're gonna pick up one and put it between each of those to give us once again the 6 points or the 6 petals. And well, I think when I'm working on these, I kind of feel like as if I was doing embroidery. And if I had been able to choose the one hobby, like if they said, you know what, you can only do one hobby for the rest of your life. If I had, if my vision wasn't an issue, that's probably what I would have chosen to do. But, anyways, all right. So then I picked up another bead, then I put it here. And so then by, I guess, the motion of pulling the thread, and that's probably what makes it feel like as if I were um, embroidering. So I like that part. And so when we were working on wedding dresses and putting beads from the wedding dresses, um, it like so like you could just spend days upon days of just doing that. And that's why wedding dresses are so expensive because yeah, putting the beads are is not easy. It's very time consuming. But it makes yeah, the addition of the beads just makes the fabric look so beautiful. And yeah, so at that time we used a lot of Austrian beads, Swarovskis, if we were able to get away with it, depending on the price of the gowns and stuff. My preference would be to use Swarovski, but sometimes um, it wasn't within the budget of the bride, but we still try to find something similar that would still give the shine and beauty. And yeah, a lot of the times when I was making those dresses, I was literally just covering the cost because I got all into it and I just wanted to make it the most beautiful as I could. I remember making one wedding dress where the bride wanted me to embroider, and I did. I wonder if I still have pictures of that stuff. So yeah, so I embroidered like vines of several colors of burgundy and off white. So yeah, so her color, the overall dress was off white, and then we embroidered burgundy roses on there. It's so beautiful. But I have an embroidery machine, so that helped a little bit. And then I did hand embroider as well. So the all the leaves of the vines and stuff like that I did with the machine, and then the roses I did by hand. Yeah, that was fun. All right, so I don't know if you can tell, but you're beginning to see like a little 6 point star. That's kind of what you want. It's gonna look really cute. and super UV reactive. So we love it. We're loving that. Super cute, super cute. All right. Oh, and then so on Tuesday, next Tuesday, I get to go to Las Cruces, which is a bigger town. Well, to take my car because I got a recall. Um, but I'm excited because for a long time I wanted to little things. I know I told Nadine this via DM, but I've been craving Panda Express, right? So yeah, so when they said, "Oh, you gotta bring your car in for because whatever," we're like, "Yes, we're gonna get to go to have some Panda Express." So yeah, the little things that make me excited. Living out here in the desert where you have to travel far for little things, the little pleasures in life. But at least I have the energy to do it. So yeah, excited about that. Super excited. Okay, I'm almost. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be 6. Okay. I think I'm almost done. That's the bottom. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Need to step up. Okay. So now we're going to add. How big do I want it? You know what? I'm just gonna do one more round. Yeah. I'm gonna do one more round of just adding one more. It's still gonna leave us the 6 points because basically I'm not closing it off. I'm just putting it on top. It just making it a little bit larger. No, I should close it. Never mind. I'm just gonna do it the way I've always done it because I don't want to end up. Okay, so I did the last one, then I stepped up to the next one, and now we're gonna add 3. But it's been a while, so appreciate you all seeing me here. I'm going to go ahead and come off. So what I'm gonna be doing basically is I'm gonna add 3 to each one of the points, and then I'm gonna add 5 and then 9 to the points, and then basically it makes this gorgeous the back of the daffodil. So you make 2 of the back, and then the one of them is going to be the bottom, and the other one, um, I will show you some other time. But basically, this is the same as this one. We just tied it close together to make the top of the daffodil. So yeah, so basically that's really what I'm gonna do. But I'm coming off because it's been a while, and yeah. So, but thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. Appreciate you sticking around, and we'll see you next Thursday. Hopefully, if I get onto the if I get onto the glowy train, then I'll be on again on the 11th. If not, then I'll be in the glass gallery. I have fantastic Fenton lamps. I scored big time. Fenton lamps. I got Fenton glass. I just have to load it up. But yeah, so, and I'm bringing the very best. So, all right, we'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Besitos. And I don't know if um we're gonna go to Mickey Williams just because that's the first one on my list. There you go.